Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so folks, we're gonna start with A, and then B, and then C. So 3 steps in order to get how big is the rating on my engine. And again, we're gonna go old school with cubic inches rather than what you will see nowadays in liters or cc's. So we're going old school, not metric. And our first step, to find the area of a circle, A equals pi, which is 3.14, r squared. So right off the get-go, I can start to substitute equals 3.14, times r squared. Remember here, there's an unspoken times
You could just put
symbol.
a dot there too.
Yeah, a dot would also replace the little x, you betcha. So if the bore equals 4 inches, again, we're going with an easy one here, then radius is 1/2. Oops. Therefore, again with the cannonballs in a pile, therefore, r equals 2. So now if we fill out our formula a little further, A equals pi r squared. A equals pi is 3.14 times
2 squared.
squared equals 3.14 times
4.
who's correct. And that'll be 12.56. I'm just, for the sake of, I'm just going to round it to 5 rather than 6, just for,
That's what that guy was mentioning too. It doesn't really matter if it's like point like 3, like 47. You could just round it off, and then that's what they usually do. It's not always what they say it is. They usually round it
the
off.
exception would be if you're doing a journey level multiple choice and all the answers are within decimal something.
Oh yeah.
Then you want to carry over to the next decimal point. But yeah, otherwise, again, if the brain goes on overload and the more numbers I type into a calculator, the more chance I make of a mistake. Okay, so pretty good there. Let's move on to volume. So let's go to the next step. Volume equals, now we've got our area, and we're going to introduce another letter, S. Well, what does S mean? Let me make sure I don't use that primitive letter. Let's just do subscript here, stroke is equal to, when the piston's at the top, we call that top
Dead center.
center. And then it goes
Bottom dead
down to
center.
bottom dead center. TDC, BDC. So as it goes down to bottom, and it temporarily appears to stop when the crankshaft goes all the way down, and then it changes direction, goes back up. So that's just a little subscript there. Area times stroke. So now let's just make a little more room here. And let's do a little script up at the top here. This engine, and remember, a Chevy 350 is different from a Ford 302, is different than a Dodge 383 Magnum Hemi. Different companies think mine is the best. Well, yeah, they're all pretty good. So this particular one, the bore on this engine that we're imagining, bore, whoops, and we said it was going to be 4 inches. And just to make life easy, let's say that the stroke is also 4 inches. Very seldom you will see that. Since they're both the same, the nickname for this engine, it's called a square engine because the 2 numbers are the same. Very seldom really happens. So we calculated, we used the bore. We now know the area and we know the stroke. area in our case was 12.5. Oh, and this is square inches. If we add another dimension, like here that we kind of did in 2 dimensions, now we're going to think in 3 dimensions. So 12.5, that's area, and the stroke is 4. We now have 48, 49, 50. I bet you that worked out. So 50 cubic. Again, we added that 3rd dimension. This was square. So this would
Then you
be
times that
this
by
one
4.
with 2. And this one is going to be, but I'll just write it out in full and then I'll abbreviate.